Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into The Little Prince.
Oh, nice.
This deceptively simple story that just seems to capture hearts, you know?
It really does across generations. It's amazing
Generations, yeah.
how it just stays relevant.
Right. And we're going to look at it alongside this
Okay.
recent article. I thought this was so fascinating. About the discovery of Saint-Exupéry's plane wreck.
Oh, wow.
It's like the real life mystery mirroring the magic of the story. So are you ready to journey with us to asteroid B612?
Let's do it. Embark and beyond.
It's fascinating how The Little Prince works on so many different levels, you know. It's a children's story,
Yeah.
but it's this philosophical exploration and almost like a prophecy given what happened to the author.
Right from the beginning, we're drawn into the narrator's world.
Yeah.
And we see him as a child feeling totally misunderstood by adults who can only see things literally.
Like when they mistake his boa constrictor drawing for a hat, it's like right there on the page, there's this loss of innocence.
And that's exactly what makes that encounter with the little prince so powerful. He's rediscovering that perspective, that ability to see beyond just what's right there in front of you.
Right, that essence.
Yeah. Yes.
In that encounter, it's anything but ordinary. I mean, here he is stranded in the Sahara Desert after a crash.
Oh, my goodness.
And he gets this request, draw me a sheep.
Just like that.
It makes you think.
I know.
Like, what would you ask for in that situation?
Seriously.
Wow.
You know, it speaks to the little prince's innocence.
Yes.
But there's also this deep longing for connection, I think.
Yeah.
He needs that sheep, not just for practical reasons.
Yeah.
There's something deeper there, something maybe he hasn't found on his travels.
Well, and speaking of travels, the Little Prince's home, asteroid B612, it might be tiny, but it's got huge challenges.
Yeah.
Those baobabs.
Oh, those baobabs.
That he's constantly battling.
Constantly fighting.
And it's not just about weeding, right?
No. It feels like it's so much more.
Feels like a metaphor for.
Yeah, exactly. What are the baobabs in our lives?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
You know, are we ignoring problems? Letting anxieties grow and grow until they take over everything?
Oh, I like that.
The Little Prince is reminding us. We've got to tend to our planet, our inner world, too.
It's that discipline, that attentiveness to the little things.
That's so important.
It seems to be missing from a lot of the adults.
Yeah.
The Little Prince encounters, right?
Oh, I know.
The king ruling over nothing, the conceited man craving all this admiration, but there's nothing really there.
It's almost comical.
Yeah.
How lost they are.
It really makes you think.
Doesn't it?
Like, are those the things that we should be valuing?
Right. Power just for the sake of power, attention with no real meaning behind it.
Yeah. The Little Prince's questions just highlight how absurd those pursuits really are.
It's like he's holding up a mirror to all of us.
I was just thinking, it makes me think about how easily we get caught up in those same things as adults, you know?
Yeah.
Chasing success, desperately seeking validation. Maybe we need to step back and ask ourselves, what really matters?
What truly matters?
The Little Prince seems to find his answer, at least part of it, in sunsets.
Yeah.
It's interesting how he connects sunsets to sadness. Remember, he says one loves the sunset when one is so sad.
It is a little sad, isn't it?
A little melancholy, right?
Yeah, I always thought of sunsets as just pure joy.
Right.
But there's a little bit of bittersweetness there, too.
There is.
It's like a reminder that things end.
Yes.
And that's maybe what makes them beautiful.
Yes.
The Little Prince just gets that instinctively.
Yeah.
It's a perspective I think we lose as we get older. And then there's the road.
Oh, the road.
Just the source of so much joy.
Joy and heartache.
And heartache for the Little Prince. She's beautiful, but she's demanding.
That's a good way to put it.
Captivating, but thorny.
Right. It's complicated.
It's a complicated relationship.
Yeah. It reminds us that love, even in its purest forms, can be challenging.
It can.
The rose needs constant care, protection from those imaginary tigers. It's like she's preparing him.
Oh, that's a good point.
For the complexities of human connection.
And the Little Prince is willing to put in the effort.
He is.
He's going to tame her.
Yes, as the fox will tell him later.
Right, right.
And taming is about creating that bond, making someone unique and special to you.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It is a powerful concept.
It applies to so much more than just romantic love, right?
Absolutely. It's about any relationship where we invest that time, the care,
Yeah.
it's about seeing the value in another being, even with their flaws, even with their thorns.
Thorns and all.
What do you make of the thorns?
Oh, that's interesting. They're both protection,
Yeah.
but also vulnerability.
Yeah, that duality.
Yeah. The thorns are protecting her, but they also show how delicate she is.
It's true.
So maybe it's a reminder that even the strongest people need care and understanding.
The little prince has to look past those thorns.
Right. To see her true beauty.
And we have to do that too.
We do, in all our relationships.
How often do we focus on outward appearances instead of inner qualities?
It's so easy to do that.
It is. Are we quick to judge? Or do we take the time to really see someone?
The little prince's journey through the other planets really highlights that danger of just looking at the surface.
Yeah.
You know, the adults are so focused on how things look, on titles and possessions, they've completely lost sight of what matters.
He just doesn't get it.
I know.
The power, the admiration, the need to escape. It just seems pointless to him.
It's like he's holding up that mirror again to us and how we act as grown-ups.
It's a powerful critique.
It is, of how we live.
Of our values,
Are we so busy playing grown-ups that we forget how to really live, how to find joy in the simple things?
It makes you think,
Yeah.
should we be asking ourselves that?
Are we truly living or just going through the motions?
Before we go too deep into that, though,
Okay.
let's take a closer look at the fox.
Ooh, yes, the fox.
It's such a pivotal moment.
It really is.
Pivotal, and it reveals so much about connection.
Connection. The fox's lessons are timeless.
They are.
And profound.
Yeah.
He teaches us about creating those bonds that make life worth living.
Yeah. And it's in that lesson that we start to see the little prince's journey in a whole new light.
A whole new light, leading him back to his rose and a deeper understanding of himself.
Okay, let's unpack this
it.
encounter with the fox.
Okay.
What wisdom can we glean from his teachings?
All right, let's see. So the fox comes in with this whole idea of taming.
Right.
And it's such a different take on relationships than what we see with the demanding rose or those self-absorbed adults.
It is interesting, right?
It is.
At first, I thought it sounded like almost like ownership.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite.
It really is.
It's more about this mutual understanding.
Exactly.
You're building something special together.
It's that connection, making someone unique to you and you become unique to them.
Right, through that shared experience.
It's about that time and care,
Yes.
that vulnerability you share.
And that leads to responsibility.
Yes.
Like the little prince realizes, oh, I'm responsible for my rose, even though she's so far away.
Exactly. Taming creates this bond that goes beyond just knowing someone.
Right.
It's deep. You're accountable for their well-being.
It can be a burden, but also a gift, I think.
It's both, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the people I feel tamed by and who have tamed me.
Yes.
Those are the relationships that really shape us,
They do, for better or for worse.
For better or worse.
It's something to really think about.
It is.
And then the fox delivers this iconic line.
Oh, I know.
It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye.
Powerful stuff.
It's so powerful, and it applies to so much more.
It does. It goes way beyond taming.
Than just taming. It makes me think about how we get so stuck on the superficial things, on what we can see, what we can measure.
The things we can touch,
But the things that really matter.
Right.
The things that give life meaning.
They're intangible.
They are, Love, compassion.
Empathy, wonder, that sense of wonder.
These are the things the little prince is looking for.
And through his encounters, good and bad, he starts to see what they really mean.
And his trip through the other planets is such a contrast to all that wisdom from the fox.
It is, Each planet is like a magnified version of an adult flaw.
It's so true.
It's not just that they're a little eccentric. They're single-minded focus.
It's like a commentary on our values. Like,
exactly.
What do we think is important?
The businessman, for instance.
Okay,
Obsessed with owning all the stars.
Counting them.
Counting, but never actually looking at them.
He doesn't enjoy them.
No appreciation.
Does that sound familiar at all?
Chasing after things.
Accumulating.
Yeah.
But not really enjoying what we have. So true. We focus on the having.
Yes.
And we forget about the being.
The little prince is just baffled by this.
I know. He can't understand it.
Why would you own something you can't even touch?
Yeah.
It highlights how empty that pursuit of wealth is.
Just for the sake of it.
Just to have it.
And then there's the lamplighter.
What?
Just doing his duty.
Following orders.
Lighting and putting out his lamp.
Yeah.
Even though
it makes no sense anymore.
It makes less and less sense.
It's almost funny, but also kind of sad.
Tragicomic, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you think about blind obedience.
Yeah.
Following rules without questioning.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Are we just doing what we're told and forgetting about the bigger picture?
Losing sight of the meaning behind it.
Exactly.
Are we all lamplighters in some way?
Ooh, well,
going through the motions.
But not really living.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
We should be asking ourselves that.
Are we truly living?
Yeah.
Or just existing?
It's a good point.
Are we following our own light?
Yeah.
Or just someone else's schedule?
It's a lot to ponder, especially given what happens to the little prince.
It is.
That encounter with the snake.
Oh, yeah.
The promise of going home.
But it's ominous.
But there's this sense of foreboding, like a shadow.
I know, the snake's offer.
Yeah.
It's tempting and scary at the same time.
It is.
He gives the little prince a way out, an escape from loneliness.
To get back to his rose.
Yes. But what will it cost?
It mirrors Saint-Exupéry's disappearance so much.
It does, vanishing into the sky.
Yeah.
Just like that.
It adds this whole other layer to it.
It does. It's like the author and his creation are linked.
I know.
Both searching for something beyond this world.
And leaving behind so many questions.
So many questions.
But even with all that uncertainty, there's still a sense of hope.
Yeah.
Finding that well in the desert. Sharing a drink of water under the stars.
That's beautiful imagery.
It feels like a moment of grace. Like even in the most desolate place, you can find connection and beauty.
It's more than just water, you know?
It is.
This emotional nourishment, too.
It's that shared experience. Water may also be good for the heart.
Yes. It's a beautiful thought.
It makes me think about the little things that bring us joy, that give us comfort.
Those simple things.
Yeah, a shared meal, a conversation under the stars.
Like moment of laughter.
Those nourish our souls.
They do?
They connect us to something bigger.
It's those moments where the little prince finds meaning.
Yeah.
That laughter of his.
Like little bells.
Finding the joy in everyday things.
Even when things are hard.
It's powerful, isn't it?
It is.
Life is fleeting. We face challenges.
We lose things. We lose people.
But there's still so much to appreciate.
The warmth of the sun.
The connection with those we love.
Yeah.
Those are the things that make life worth living.
And maybe those are the truths.
Maybe.
That the little prince carries with him.
As he prepares for that final journey.
Back to his rose.
Back to his tiny planet.
And ultimately, back to the source of everything.
At the source.
Let's explore that final journey.
Okay.
And see what we can learn from his departure.
All right. It's a sad moment, but there's also this sense of peace about it.
Yeah.
It's like he knows what's going to happen.
He's accepting it.
Yeah, with his quiet grace.
It's both heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time.
It really is.
You know what I was thinking about?
Yeah.
When he insists on walking further away from the well before he leaves.
It's like he's choosing his path.
Yeah.
He's taking control, even though it hurts.
It shows how much he understands now.
That it does.
About responsibility.
Right.
About choices and consequences.
And he has to go back to his rose.
He does.
Even if it means the unknown. It makes that part with the field of roses.
Oh, yeah.
Even more meaningful.
Yeah.
Remember how upset he was?
Yeah. Devastated.
When he realized his rose wasn't the only one.
His whole world was shattered.
It was. He thought she was so special.
Yeah.
But I think he had to go through that.
Yeah.
That disillusionment.
He needed to learn that real love isn't about finding something perfect.
Exactly. It's what you build.
Yeah.
The time you put in.
The care you give.
It's about making someone special through your actions.
Like the fox said.
Oh, I love that quote.
It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important.
It's not wasted at all. It makes the relationship stronger.
And that's what he learns.
It is.
His rose is unique.
Yes.
Not because she's the only one, but because of their bond.
The bond they share.
Because he's responsible for her.
And that makes me think, you know,
yeah,
we always look for validation from outside.
Yeah. The best of everything.
The most.
But maybe real value is what we choose.
The things we care for.
What we nurture. Yeah.
No matter what anyone else thinks.
The little prince just gets that.
He does.
He doesn't care about titles or possessions.
Yeah. Or fancy awards.
He values connection.
Experience.
The simple things.
He's so pure.
His laughter, his love for sunsets.
Just looking at the stars.
It's like he's not weighed down by all that adult stuff.
Do we lose that?
I wonder, as we grow up.
That childlike wonder?
Do we trade it in?
For cynicism?
Yeah. We're just being tired of it all.
The Little Prince reminds us we don't have to.
We can hold on to it.
We can choose to see the world differently.
See with our hearts.
Yeah. Appreciate the little things.
Be curious and open.
It's not always easy, though.
It's not.
Especially when things are tough.
When we get disillusioned.
Yeah. But it's a choice worth making.
I think so.
The Little Prince is our guide, reminding us that even when the world feels dark, there's still wonder and love and connection.
Even though he disappears.
Leaving us with questions. A feeling of loss.
His story stays with us.
It does.
It reminds us to cherish what we have.
To hold on to that inner child.
To keep looking for beauty and meaning.
His legacy goes beyond the book.
It really does.
It inspires us to live better.
To be more compassionate, more imaginative.
To live more meaningful lives.
I'm left feeling a little sad, but also hopeful.
I know what you mean.
Sad that he's gone.
Yeah.
But also, I appreciate those simple truths.
Those simple truths. What would we ask him if we had the chance?
What would he see in our hearts?
That's a good question to think about.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Into The Little Prince.
A truly timeless story.